Alright man, sorry for the delay. I decided it would probably be best to do my research before making this video. So after doing my research, I decided on 2 characters that can counter ISO Dunker. So let's get to it. First character is Havoc G. What, Dream? Are you crazy? Havoc G? I might be crazy, man. Who knows? But Havoc G is a really strong option for countering ISO Dunker. Here's why. Reason number 1, Havoc G boasts the highest power stat among the non-bigs with an impressive 83 power after max cells and masteries. That's the exact same thing as Rocket, and 11 more than Emma, so make sure you keep that in mind. With ISO Dunker, the big sets a screen for the shooting point guard, while the Dunker runs in the opposite direction to force smalls to guard them, while their big helps with the screens. With Havoc G, this is not an issue. Let's say, for example, their team is Kiang, Emma, and Nana. This is the strongest I've seen this strategy being used with these 3 characters. If your big and guard are both out at the 3, and Kiang is left alone in the paint with you as Havoc G, he cannot and will not dunk on you providing you have a power build on. Very important you have a power build on your Havoc G, as this will help you stop them from getting free points. A lot of people don't know this, but ISO Dunker has a plan B if your big manages to get into the paint with the opposing team's Dunker while you help with the screen at the 3. The Dunker simply just runs out to the 3-point line while the big on the other team goes into the paint to dunk on whoever is forced to pick them up. With Havoc G, this is hardly something to worry about, considering with the appropriate build you will have 120 plus power. At least half the time you will get the block on that big. Havoc G can also score, boasting a mid-range stat of 96 after max cells and masteries, as well as 90 dunk. He could use flash shot pump fake psychology to get him to his quick shot, which will boost his wide open accuracy by a significant amount. He can also use dunk and hook shot psychology to get free points as well. If that wasn't enough, he also has a double pump to help him stay unpredictable closer to the rim. With all these factors in mind, the underdog can definitely make a name as the meta killer. Now, blocking small forwards and low power bigs is nice and all, but what if they have a power forward dunker like Zachary, Pinky, or Ranger? That's why we have our second option, the Lunatic, the Psychopath. Talking about Nikolai, man. Nikolai is an outstanding option for similar reasons. After max cells and masteries, Nikolai will have a power stat of 88. What? That's only a few more than Havoc G, so why not just use him? Well, Nikolai has a block stat of 102 after max cells and masteries, opposed to Havoc G's 55 block. This significantly higher block stat will help Nikolai block bigs more consistently than Havoc G ever could. They both have the same dunk stat at 90 though, so make sure you keep that in mind as well. Nikolai can also roll off of screens when needed to ensure he's able to guard his defender, and a good speed stat for a big to help him keep up with them as well. With Nikolai, you don't have to worry about whether or not your big can pick up the ISO Dunker, because as Nikolai, you have no problem blocking them in the paint as well as outside the paint. The downside to using Nikolai though is he struggles to score outside the paint, so you'll have to rely on your guard most of the time to get points, unless of course there's an Emma in the paint, a Rocket, a Sarah, or a Big O. Considering their power is too low to stop Nikolai consistently, in my mind, these 2 characters seem like really good options to counter the current dunk spamming meta, considering they can both block them and help with scoring as well. Don't knock it till you try it, and if you don't plan to try it, don't plan to deny it. That's it. Now catch y'all next one.